All right, all right. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the artist Andrew speaking, and I am live streaming. I know I've been away for several days, and I'm so glad to be back and talking with everybody. I hope a lot of people can join. As of right now, I got Todd in the wings. He's busy putting some kids to bed, and he'll be in here shortly. And I'll be sending out the invite to a couple of different people, and we'll see what happens. But first things first. As you guys know, for our 1-year anniversary for the store at the flea market, we were going to have a big raffle, and we were going to give away a large original piece of art. And our 1-year anniversary was on March 23rd, so we were going to do it the weekend before. And then they shut us down for 6 weeks because of the coronavirus. So poo-poo happens. Now, we still did the initial grand prize winning drawing, and the young man that got it was, I believe, David won that one. And then when the store opened back up again 6 weeks later, I decided, you know what? Let's do some more raffle drawings and give away some more original art. So we ended up doing one the last Friday in May. And then I said, you know what? We're going to do it every Friday through the month of June. And last Friday was the last Friday in June. And just for the fun of it, we did 2 drawings and pulled 2 tickets. Well, since this coming weekend is July 4th, and we're going to be open, I figured, let's do one more raffle drawing for July 4th. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go ahead and pick another name. I have 4 or 5 pieces of original art, all 11 by 14s that are in the store right now. And I'm going to let the winners who come in pick whichever one they would like, except for the one of the third winner actually has an original hero drawing, and then the rest of them can pick from what's there. So let's go ahead and do the drawing. So let's shake it up. Shake it up. This is the surprise July 4th drawing. And I have a sign outside in the main window of the store listing off all the drawing winners. And actually, one of them did come in this past weekend. So there's still a few left to be claimed. But let's see what we got here. All right. And this is ticket number 965157. And our lucky winner is Doris. And I know exactly who that is. John, if you're out there, your mom won. John and Doris are mom and son customers who come in almost every weekend. And I'm always teasing John. I said, John, if I pull your name, I'm going to call out Doris's name. But Doris won. So excellent. I hope to see them this weekend, and I'll let her pick out her prize. But she's got to promise me she won't give it to John. All right, excellent. Let me put this where I can find it. I'll just tape it on the back of my phone. That way I know I've got it. And yeah, excellent. All right. So let's get started with the stream. I got to send out the invite to a couple of people. Let's see here. I got Todd already waiting, so let me send an invite to Avery, see if he's able to join. And then we're going to invite some other regulars, as well as a special guest who's got a new comic coming out. And I figured we'd chit-chat with him and see what he's got to say. Give me just a second. Let me get this stuff going. That's Avery done. And you guys know I never do anything on time or anything. Oh, hey, how's it going, Arthur? He says, hi. No, I'm not coming in. I'll let you know what's going on later. Oh boy, that sounds very cryptic. I hope it's good. It's not bad. I've had too much bad. Oh, yes, Richard, I'm alive. I'm very much alive. So give me just a second. Let me send this out. And let's see. Todd's here, so let me do that. Boom. All right, I've sent out some invites. We'll see who's able to join. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get drawing. Yes. Everything's good. Long story short, we had a little bit of a crisis over the weekend, and needed to spend time with family and say goodbye to somebody. And you guys probably have an idea what I'm talking about. I really don't want to go into any details and nothing. I'm much better now that it's all said and done and over with, but I still have a hard time telling people about it. And you don't want to see a grown man cry, right? You don't want to see that. So needless to say, all right, let me switch cameras up because we're going to work on a drawing because that's what I like to do. Yep, there's the crotch shot just for Kodiak. Oh, you did? Well, it's coming along really great. Actually, I'll show it to you. If you've seen the videos, then you've seen it coming along. But this is, you got the 3 mummies. You got the mummy queen right in the middle. You got Crom, and then there's a little something that's going to go on this page. I haven't gotten that far yet, but you'll be surprised when it happens. But yeah, that's one of my daily work on projects. So, oh, Avery's here. Let me bring him in. What's up, man?
Shut up!
All right. I knew that was going to happen. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, very good. Well, I sent out the invite to a couple of people. We'll see who's able to join.
Yeah.
A couple of the regulars and
happy 4th, people. America.
Yes, America. Very much so.
America. Fuck yeah. And I say that unironically.
You know what I found out today?
Hey, Todd, fuck you.
He's dealing with kids. He'll be back.
Oh, damn it.
He's not here. Richard says, Avery.
What's up?
He's glad you're here.
Who isn't?
But
no one cares. It's not your show anymore. I'm here.
Yeah, I know. You know what I found out this evening? My favorite Chinese place is going to be closed tomorrow.
Oh my God!
And I'm like, what?
What are you going to do tomorrow?
Probably eat at home. Richard says I'm having a stoned 4th.
Nice.
That could be a good thing. I don't know. I'll have to ask my wife what's that like because I've never done that. So.
Wait. Kodiak, you're not coming in here? Fuck you, dude. What's wrong with you?
He's got something going on, so he'll tell us later. So that's fine.
Does it burn when you pee?
Oh, jeez. I hope not.
I just want. I gotta ask.
Yeah.
How you doing, you big beautiful ginger bastard?
You're talking to him, right?
You're not a fucking ginger.
I know.
You're certainly not beautiful. Have you seen you?
Why do you think the camera's facing my drawing table right now?
Hey, why do you think I got my camera off?
It's a public service, you know.
Yeah. I'm not shy. I'm considerate.
That's funny.
I'm not worried about people knowing what I look like. I'm just trying to be nice.
Trying to save the world one little bit at a time, right?
Yeah. Oh, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
You got any plans for this weekend, or are you just going to chill?
I'm going to hopefully get another job going.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Trying to land another job.
Very good.
Another little art gig. The Zaid Comics, the Zaid brothers, tweeted out the card I did for them today. I've been paid for that. That's all great. So if you want the trading card featuring the artwork that is my current avatar, that's in my stream the other night when I streamed real late at night to finish the piece, go back to the Lost pages on Indiegogo, and you get that awesome Bisley cover, and you can get a trading card by me.
Very cool. Very cool.
What's not to love?
Now, how many trading cards are they going to do?
I don't know. There's several trading cards by other people.
Oh, okay.
I think there's going to be several trading cards. I'm not the only one.
Oh, that's awesome then.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's very cool.
You should all go back the Lost pages.
You should. You know, and we may even actually share that out a little later this evening.
You should.
I will.
Do yourself a favor.
Richard says, I'm having a stoned fourth and a third as well.
Yeah. Smoke him if you got him. Oh, man, I wish I'd gone to the store and got cigarettes. Oh. I would like to have cigarettes.
Well, actually, I went into a smoke shop today for the first time in like forever. Not to buy anything. Actually, my wife has one of those battery-operated thingamabobbers, and she claims that the charger, the USB charger for it, was on my desk, and I have no idea. I have not seen it. I don't know what she's talking about. So, of course, since it was all my fault, I need to go out and buy her a new one.
A vaporizer? A vape?
Yeah. It's one of these. You screw it on to the USB thing, you plug it in, and it charges it. Supposedly that's what was lost. And she said it was on my desk. So
Those kind, yeah.
Yeah. It's obviously my fault. So I had to go out and buy her a new one.
Yes,
which,
of course.
It was only $5. So, I mean, it wasn't anything major or anything. But
of course.
I swear I do not remember ever seeing that thing in my office. So, but she said she had it on my desk. So,
yeah. My batteries are like $10, $12 each.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you got to replace them every so long. That's one of the things people go, those things catch on fire. Yes, morons who don't change their batteries when rechargeable batteries start to fray, you have to replace them.
Yeah. I used to like rechargeable batteries for pretty much anything, but once you see what happens to those batteries after time, those things get nasty.
They're great for a lot of things, but you have to replace them when it comes time.
You do. You can't abuse them.
Yeah, I use them for my like Xbox controller, like the rechargeable AA's. I get way more use. I buy 4 rechargeable AA's. They last a couple of years. Then I chuck them. Buy a couple more. It's great, and it's better than the Xbox rechargeable batteries. That's a battery pack.
That's the type that Mike has. So
Andrew, that is the worst Batman drawing I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Jeez. You're right. I should start again.
Batman.
That man.
I thought he was drawing the Hulk. Totally lost.
How you doing, Todd?
Although he's halfway to Squirrel Girl.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry. That's just wrong.
Sorry.
That's wrong.
Todd, what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing? How you living?
I'm doing all right. I'm in North Carolina. What up?
What up, man? Become a legal resident and you can get some pew-pews.
I know. Well, I can't while I'm. It's still going to take a little time.
Yeah. It's hard to get them right now.
Well,
but you have to be a legal resident for a certain amount of time. Probably. I know in Florida it's a certain amount of time. Or at least in Georgia it was.
Probably. Yeah, something like that. We'll get it done though. We'll get it done for sure.
Some nice pew-pews.
So you guys know I won't be doing a live stream next Friday.
Oh.
So I will actually be traveling to go visit some people, some old friends that I haven't seen in a long time.
We'll have to stream on my channel, Todd. And you can bring all the crazy stuff you want to that you find on the internet to my channel.
Okay.
Like all the stuff Andrew's like, no, don't show that here. Bring it.
Like my dick.
That too. Or you could just keep that in the DMs between us.
Okay. That's
cool. Oh, Jesus. I saw you started live streaming again. That's awesome.
Shut up.
How'd it go?
It was fine. It was really late or really early in the morning. I'd been up and I had to finish something. It was bugging me, so I finished it on stream. Thing is though, I recorded the first part. So it's like, what's the point of posting it now? What's the point of like chopping it down and posting it? It's like,
I'm glad you did because I got to watch some of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch some of it.
No. Gee, thanks.
Well, I mean, it was interesting to see you live stream again, but it really wasn't that interesting, you know?
Shit.
No, I was just finishing something. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. It's a nice time. It's actually a nice time to get work done. Like when you're a creative person, those are great working hours.
If you don't have kids.
Yeah. Well, I don't have kids at home, so
Well,
technically
yeah.
that should be a good time for me, but I've never tried it. I'm a big old baby. My wife's like, honey, you realize it's 10 o'clock, right? I'm like, yes, I know, dear. I'm trying to go to bed. I'm so...
I didn't go to sleep from last night till after 1 o'clock today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What were you doing? Drawing stuff?
I just couldn't sleep.
I actually, today was a day off of work, and I actually got to sleep in till it was about a little before 8 before I got up. So that was actually kind of nice. Haven't been able to do that in a while.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it was good.
Oh.
And tomorrow I have to get up work and go to the store, which I'm looking forward to. So.
Oh. I have to get up and go to work for this problem I created for myself.
It's not a problem I created for myself. I actually enjoy it.
Ugh.
What, working?
The store. Avery doesn't think it's a good idea, but that's okay. That's why I'm so happy.
You do what you want to do.
Oh, I do. Always have.
You just do what you want to do.
I do. As I always have.
I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Is tease me about it constantly.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Well, you made your choices.
I did. Oh, you know what I found? I haven't made it into a video yet. I found 2 of the 3 Art Adams Fantastic Fours with the new Fantastic Four. I know you guys remember those issues with Ghost Rider, Wolverine, the whole Spider-Man.
Of course, those are the best issues.
I was remembering those, and I said, I know exactly where I was when those issues came out. We were in Mr. Hatcher's first period sculpture class because I remember talking about them, and you know, there is a story behind that too, a story that changed my life forever, and it was Avery, I think, that actually did it. You guys remember what I'm talking about? I know Todd will remember.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so
I barely remember that.
Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. I got a kid crying.
Oh, okay. Well,
hold on.
He'll get a kick out of this story, so that's why I'll wait till he comes back. Now, I invited Dillard, and I invited Cross, and I invited Dee, and I invited Todd Mulrooney.
Well, Dee's sort of...
Oh, I know, but I didn't want to not invite him. So, because he's becoming a regular. Oh, and I invited Kodiak too, but he said he couldn't join. So, I'm starting to think we're going to replace Kodiak with D. You know?
No. You can't replace Kodiak.
I know I can't. I can try. Well, I can joke about it.
Other people might not be able to join on a whim. A lot of people have to schedule this stuff because they have other shows.
That is true.
Hey, maybe the guy who does Deep Well wouldn't mind coming on. I know he's trying to get funded, and he's in the last hours of his campaign.
I don't know who that is.
Because you don't pay attention.
I don't have time to pay attention to everybody else's stuff, man. I barely have enough time to keep track of my stuff.
All right. It's a good-looking Western. It's the guy that did it's Chibi Mike. The guy that did the Samurai, the guy that did the Samurai and Dinosaurs.
Oh, I did like that a lot.
Well, he's got a new campaign that's a Western that looks pretty good.
Okay, very
called
cool.
Deep Well. I would like to back it, but I'm poorer than an SJW, so I can't.
Well, you know what? Now that you're live streaming again, you should invite him on your live streams.
No one would see it.
That's not necessarily true.
And his campaign ends sometime tonight, tomorrow morning.
Oh, well, then he's a bad example. Then Got to find somebody who's still in campaign mode, you know.
But then I don't know if this is his first 30 days or second. It might be first, so he might.
Then if he renews for another 30, set up something and let's invite him on. We can do your show, my show, whatever.
I don't want you on my show. You're horrible.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine too. Trust me, I understand. So I hear Brie Larson has a YouTube channel now.
Old news.
Well, I only heard about it like yesterday.
You're behind.
So
yeah, it's bait. It's troll bait.
Okay. So like, you're saying we can't make fun of it because it's
no, you totally can because it's terrible. It's like, oh my God, how to internet? Hello, fellow humans. Is this thing on? Meanwhile, there's another camera pointed at her. It's pure cringe.
Gotcha.
She's terrible. She's terrible. But as far as something to go off on, it's like that's bait.
Okay. Well, we may have to spend some time on that. I got to actually watch the videos to see.
I think she only has one, and she's monetized at so many views.
Really?
Yeah, that's the advantage of these celebrities when they decide to start YouTubing. They have professional film crews and all the help they need to do it, and they make like one video and monetized.
Well,
because they meet the requirements off that one post.
You know, I organized my here. This is what I was looking for.
But as far as something to really go off on and really like deep dive into the cringe of it, it's bait. I wouldn't do it. Make fun of a little bit, yeah. But to really take advantage of for clicks, it's bait.
Yeah.
You just opened yourself up to a really good joke, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
What's that?
I'm just saying, if there was one thing I wouldn't take advantage of, it'd be Brie Larson.
No.
Oh.
Have you seen those feet, man? They'll give you the gay.
I don't even know what that means.
Did you see Kelsey during the Jack show? Which I was watching part of the Jack show, and it was pretty funny. We kept doing these clips from her in some movie called Housebroken or something. It's like I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I don't know anything about it, but it's literally horrible.
Yes.
So
yeah, it didn't do well. She's not that great of an actress.
Hey, I thought she was good in what was the one with Scott Pilgrim?
I wouldn't say she was good. She was there.
Yeah, you tell people that, and they go, "Which character was she?" And then you tell them, and they go, "Oh, I forgot all about that. I forgot all about her."
She was in that show United States of Terra also.
Who did she play in that?
The daughter.
Really? Because it
was before her nose job. And she's skinny.
Honestly, I think I've seen that entire series. The fact is, I didn't know she was in that. That's funny.
She's there. She's one of those actors that she's just there. She's blandly competent. She's a teenage Karen number 34. If that's what you need, for your movie or TV show, she is an appropriate placeholder.
Gotcha.
You can't call any of her performances good.
Well, I do remember that she was in Kong of Skull Island, and I remember enough about that to be like, I know she was in it. I mean, her part in it wasn't,
she was there,
super memorable. Yeah, I remember Samuel L. Jackson, and I remember Tom Hiddleston, Loki, and Nick Fury in that movie, but
I don't remember much about that movie at all. That entire movie was just sort of, it's a movie. look, effects. It's a movie.
There were a lot of effects in that movie. So.
Yeah. It was a movie. They made a thing. Look, King Kong, recognizable property. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Sam Jackson. I don't. Who cares?
Oh,
It was some visually impressive mediocrity. It was a.
it was a thing.
Yeah.
It was a thing that happened. I remember liking it.
Happy 4th, Nighthawk Warrior.
Hey, Nighthawk, how's it going, man? I remember liking the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they pushed off Mike's theater reopening.
Oh,
It was originally supposed to be next weekend. They pushed it off to the 31st, so
yeah.
he's got a little bit more time sitting back and just collecting unemployment.
Yeah. How do you like the fact we got a mask order now here in Jack's?
Yeah, I know.
Stupid.
It means mask sales at my store will probably do really well this weekend.
Yeah. I just ripped. I just like those masks that you just pull up almost like a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Wear it around your neck. I just cut the sleeve off of my Kill All Men T-shirt and put it on my neck and pulled it up because I had to go to the store and I legally have to wear a mask.
I've seen people walking around stores that, without masks on, and nobody says anything to anybody.
Exactly, but
well, there is
the off chance I don't if I try it, I'll be the poor bastard that gets a ticket.
Well, there's exceptions though. There's exceptions where if you have a health reason unable to wear a mask, like if you have asthma and it causes problems, you don't have to wear a mask, and nobody's going to stop you and say, "Hey, do you have a health problem or whatever?" They're not going to. They're just
I don't have asthma.
Well, you can lie. Nobody's going to tell you to prove it.
Oh yeah, I have asthma. Some of that pack of cigarettes.
Okay, see, I think you're defeating the purpose of the whole lie, I just spilled ink on my fingers.
Good job.
Yeah, I decided to stream again the other night. I had been on with Weaponized Nerd Rage Saturday. I was just like, you know what? I really need to stream again.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
That's cool.
It's because you don't pay attention.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I have life going on. I got too much stuff going on.
You make your choices.
Yeah.
It's okay. You make your choices.
Yeah. Dude, I am known for not paying attention. Why would I change now?
Yeah, well.
There
you go.
Leopard doesn't change its spots. Or is it a cheetah that doesn't change its spots?
Very true. Very true.
I forgot the saying, but yeah.
Very, very true. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Andrew. I learned my lesson.
All right, now I think we're having two different conversations. I don't know what the hell you're saying now.
I'm saying I learned my lesson.
Which one?
Leopard doesn't change its spots.
Does a leopard have spots, or does
both cheetahs and leopards have spots?
Oh, okay.
Andrew's so confused. There are several types of big cats that have spots. There's more than just one.
Okay. All right. Todd, you see what I have to put up with when you're not here?
Yes.
A Dalmatian doesn't change its spots.
Dalmatian does not change its spots. There you go. All right. So here's a quick sketch of Hero.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's getting older.
Yeah, I tend to draw him a little bit older, but that's okay because,
But he's still got the old clothes in that one.
Well, that's because that's my favorite outfit that I draw him in. So.
Yeah.
With the
Did he even use the hood in the second issue? You drew him with the hood, but did he ever have the hood up with his ears down?
Nope. Nope. I did in one pinup. I did a pinup with him where he had the hood up, but that was it. And that was me just experimenting with the hood, and he never ended up having to use it. So, and in the third book, at one point in the second chapter, it starts to rain, and that would be a perfect time for him to put the hood up, but it never happened. So
that's just bad storytelling.
It's horrible storytelling. It's like, I don't know who writes this crap, but they suck at it.
At least he knows.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Absolutely.
Oh,
Woo. All right, I'm going on camera now because
my God, why?
y'all love me. Oh, I found some new comics that I wanted to share with you. Maybe I'll switch the camera back and go grab the comics. But
yes, please don't stand up with the camera on. Don't. I'm like it's 50-50. You're not actually wearing pants.
I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts.
Oh God. He had to go like full nut camel toe too.
No, I did not. You were giving some impression of this show that just does not exist.
Degeneracy, pure and simple.
Uh-huh.
By the way, Avery, I love that image as your icon.
You know what, Todd? You can get this image as a trading card. If you go back the Lost pages right now on Indiegogo, and you get the awesome cover by Simon Bisley, plus all the other great short stories by other comic skaters.
What was that?
The Lost pages.
I have to go look at it now.
On Indiegogo by Zaid Comics. I highly recommend you do.
Yes. All right, here we go. Check it out, guys. I've got comics. I got comics to share with you. So let's take a look. There's at least one in here that's
wow, Avery. This is much better than some of the furry comics that you've recommended to me.
All right, we're gonna start off with Brave and the Bold #1 from April of 2007. This, even though it's written by he who will not be named, it features artwork by George Perez, and it's actually pretty fantastic. He did, I want to say like the first 8 or 9 issues, but it was actually really good. And this, if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, recommend a good DC book," Brave and the Bold was definitely right up there. Just simply because of the great art. So.
Oh yeah.
We've got Nexus Alien.
That's a comic book.
3. Yes,
now that's a comic book, baby.
You can put that aside for me.
I think
those
I
are
have
wonderful comics. I love them.
I think I have the first 2 issues already in the store. I'll have to double check, but I was thinking about making a bundle set of these, but it sounds like I'm gonna have to put it aside. So.
I don't know if I have all the issues to that, but I know I have the trade and I know I've read it.
Oh, okay.
And
well, this one's a double-sized issue, so that's awesome.
I can't remember all the details of what Nexus story is what because it's been so long since I've read them, but I know I never read an issue was like that sucked.
Yeah.
Nexus is great.
It's really one of the best comic books ever. If you want like a superhero written on an adult level, bam.
It's also a masterclass in art development as you watch this guy go from like issue 1 to issue 100.
Yes.
It was fantastic all the way around. The storytelling, the art, the tons of humor hidden in the background with all the, I guess you could say, pop culture Easter eggs that are hidden in the background of just the world building and the world around them. The pop culture satire and commentary that's just in these background characters that are always there is fantastic and hilarious.
Hey guys, check this out.
Yeah, those are great.
Fantastic Four number 348. This is part 2 of the new Fantastic Four with Ghost Rider, Hulk, Wolverine, and Spider-Man, drawn by Art Adams, and the cover is inked by Art T. Bear.
Oh, cool.
Bring that with you too. I think I have all 4 of those, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There was only 3 of them. There was only 3.
Okay, well, I don't remember what I have. Just bring it.
Yeah. And you know what?
Just put it aside for me, would you?
I wonder if Art T. Bear has any of these original pages.
No, I think I saw an interview where someone asked him, and he said no, he sold them years ago, and he wished he hadn't.
Oh, that is so sad.
Yeah.
I remember where I was when these came out.
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome.
Yeah, would you put that aside? Put that aside for me, would you?
Hey, you know what? And Mike Barron is the writer of Florida Man that Todd Mulrooney's.
That's right.
Well, he's got an invite to join the show, so hopefully he'll join the show this evening.
He's probably busy on someone else's show, man.
Well, I told him. Okay.
By the way, that Deadshot Beginnings, that I'm helping you out here. I actually have the complete 4-issue series, I think it is, and I will be giving it, donating it to the store.
Oh, okay. Well, this is one of those series where you see how it has the number 1 in here.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, when I was going to do Hero as an individual comic, each chapter as a comic, the idea was to have a 1 and a 2 and a 3 with an image on the inside of it.
Mhm.
And that ended up not happening, but that was
It was a
Avery
terrible idea.
remembers. Avery remembers it because I did the 1.
Yeah, and I colored the first. You know what, dude? That was a terrible idea. The way Hero is structured, the way you.
Oh, I
wrote
know.
this,
I know.
It
wouldn't
does
work.
not. It does not break up well because you would really be reading entire issues with.
But this is
really
one.
going on.
This is one of the comic covers that inspired that idea.
Sure.
So, but this is issues 1 and issue 3. I'm going to see if I can find the rest of
But
these. But
you notice something is happening on all those covers.
oh yeah. Well, something was happening on my cover too. So
No, yeah, Hero waddling as a baby.
he was chasing a butterfly. Thank you very much.
Ooh,
All right, here is Azrael number 1. I don't know if you guys remember Azrael getting his own series, but he did. Danny O'Neill and Barry Kitson on art. Thunderbolts number 2. This is fantastic Mark Bagley art. And I know I have several of these first issues. I just not sure if I had number 2. So this is awesome. Here's another one of those Punishers from the Marvel Knights Age. This is with the ones with the art by Bernie Wrightson. This was the Punisher story where he was like possessed by a demon or a ghost or something like that. It had a mystic aspect to the story, which was completely dumb. But you got some Bernie Wrightson artwork, so at least you have that, you know. We have Earth 2 World's End number 1. Another double-sized number 1 issue from the New 52 era. I like the idea of having a whole bunch of number 1. So, oh, this is the one I wanted to show you. Check this out. This is RoboCop Prime Suspect. Let me see what
early John Paul Leon.
Early John Paul Leon.
That was one of his first books.
1992, and this is.
I think that was his first book.
It was one of his first things. It was long before he really like came into his own.
Yeah. This is.
It's so crazy too because he peaked super early. Like the style he has now is the style he had back on like Challenges of the Unknown.
Yeah.
But like Challenges of the Unknown is the book he did like right after this, and I'm like, how did you figure that style out?
Remember those were the what was that book? Legends of the Dark Knight. There was an issue he did and an issue Tommy Lee Edwards did back before they went crazy.
All right.
And like
how much of that influenced his current style, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's incredible.
And that's when they both started. And when did he do Challengers first or that sequel to Cyclops and Phoenix?
Oh no, that was much later, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, definitely later.
Yeah,
he was at least by then he was a name I recognized, you know. Mm-hmm. Back in this day I wouldn't have recognized his name. So.
But that was one of his first things. I just can't remember what came first, the Cyclops and Phoenix or Challenge of the Unknown.
Challenge of the Unknown was first.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. We've got an issue of Heroes Reborn: The Return, number 4 of 4, with Salvador LaRocca on art. Not that great, Salvador LaRocca. You know, his current stuff is so much better. Walter Simonson's Star Slammers. This is issue number 3 of 5 from the Bravura from Malibu.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's that type of like everything's crazy gradient coloring that I don't like on Walter Simonson. This is during a time when the coloring was the computer coloring had just started. Yeah, you know, and was starting to get big. Like everything was crazy gradients and effects.
Yeah, I hated that.
And everybody also part of because everybody was coloring with a mouse.
You can kind of tell in some of these images too.
Like the software was there, but like when pen tabs came along with pressure sensitivity and stuff, that's what tipped it over. You know.
And then you have coloring like this nowadays. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know, I just realized.
Which sometimes even some of that is a little overworked, but
Yeah.
some of it is more painterly too at times.
This is Action Comics number 979, and you know who did the art? Pat Zurcher. This is the page that he was on Twitter bitching about because they edited it or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was complaining about it. It's like, man,
you know what, man?
Yeah, I know. It's not even worth it.
When you're
not even worth it.
When you're getting paid to do a job and they want to edit your artwork, if they didn't like chop up your original, calm down.
Yeah.
And they don't get your original.
Simonson cover, but not interiors.
Oh.
See, yeah, I much prefer that simpler coloring on Simonson.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, this is Fantastic Four number 342. I'm not sure if this was before he started, because 343 was the one where they went and had the dinosaurs and all the time traveling. So, yeah. And then here's 349, which is the third part of the Art Adams story.
Yeah, put that aside for me.
I always love this part down here. It's got a circle with the Punisher in it. It says featuring the world's most exploitive cameo, and he literally shows up on the very last page. And he's flying by, and the only way you know it's him is he's got a Punisher skull on his, and he says, "So what's next on the list?" Oh, wait a minute. He says, "Forget this. I can't see that my help. I can see that my help isn't needed here." And then he flies off. That's just funny.
Put that aside for me, Andrew. Thank you.
We'll see. We got Uncanny X-Men number 435 with Ron Garney interior art, which
Ron Garney is awesome.
He is.
Yeah, I like Ron Garney.
It's not bad. That's cover. I know that's not his cover, but that's a really weak cover.
You know what? What makes it what ruins it are those bubble shoulders, that they're just bubbles.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about the drawing that's really bad.
Oh wait, hey, Todd's here. Let me let him come in real quick, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay.
What are you talking about? I'm in.
No, Mel Rooney.
Hey, Todd, how's it going, man?
It's going really good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you good. All right, we're gonna do. We're gonna put the comics on hold for a moment.
Nobody told me that there was going to
guest
be a second Todd here.
Listen, Tom, shut up, okay? We haven't seen Blue Samurai in a while. He needs to come back in and call you Tom some more, which is always funny. Oh, so how's it going, sir?
It's going really good. It's been a while since I've joined you guys.
Yeah, well, we've been around. We don't.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I'm constantly trying to reach out to new people to get them on the show, but Avery keeps shooting me down and telling me, "Don't waste your time."
I'm going to make you senseless. All right.
So Todd, tell us about your most, not you, Todd, the other Todd, the one that we actually want to talk to.
Well, there goes my pitch for the evening.
So tell us about Florida Man and what you got going on with that.
It's a graphic novel that we're doing with Mike Barron is the writer.
Very nice.
He wrote some scripts about 1.5 years ago and asked me to get involved. And I did some pages and some character sketches and stuff. And we were then kind of connected to Ben Henderson's comic book company that he was starting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it's Chaotic Comics or something like that. I can't always forget this, what it's called.
Cautionary.
That's right.
That's right, Avery. Good. Thank God you saved my day. Cautionary Comics. So we did a cover. It was colored by Brett Smith, and that cover got a lot of traction. So Mike sold it around and shopped it around and pitched it to people, connections that he had in the business, like a Dark Horse and Aftershock and stuff. And nobody really got hooked on it. They didn't see where it fit, and they didn't see it as something that was viable. And I mean, you think about it, obviously what we're going through, what's going on outside. It's a subculture book. We don't make fun of that subculture in that sense. We just make fun of the headlines that are attached to that whole phrase, Florida Man.
Right.
That's what this is about. It's not really meant to be, it's not a redneck book. It's not really disparaging of people. It is.
Why not?
I mean, obviously, in a sense, Gary is one of these people, right? He's a Floridian. He's a redneck. Some of his friends are rednecks. Some of his friends aren't. But it's more or less we predetermine, or we kind of set out to show you that Gary is that quintessential Florida man. That all those things that you've read about, or that you can Google, or the memes, and those are all done by Gary. Gary's the guy. So
yep. There's always the one. So yeah.
What are you saying about rednecks in Florida? What? Yeah, we do some crazy shit.
Yeah. So wait. Let me ask just one question. It's currently up on Indiegogo right now. How long has it been up?
It went up for 52 weeks. So I'm guessing about 20 some odd days. I mean, it went up for 52 days, and it's got 30 some odd days left. So 20 days.
I'm going to share it so everybody can see this. But it's been fully funded, which is fantastic. Do you remember how long ago or how long it took to get funded?
It was under 11 days.
Fantastic. That's awesome.
That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good.
Very, very good.
This Mike Barron you speak of, he's new, yes?
I've heard his name before. Isn't he married to somebody famous or something? I'm just kidding.
We were just talking about Nexus.
Yeah, I've actually seen you go through some Mike Barron stuff.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
And him and Steve Rude are like synonymous with really good classic comics. So
yeah,
this is awesome.
They are.
Where's he out of? Where's he live?
Colorado.
Okay.
Andrew's just trying to get his address off of you. Don't buy it.
No. I'm just thinking how easy would it be for him to come and visit a store like here in Florida and do a signing or something?
Well, I met Mike in person without even knowing who it was.
Oh yeah.
In Florida, when I went to that Florida convention, you guys that's the last time I was here. By the way, I think it was going. I hadn't left, but I was going, and I took one picture, and that was with Steve Rude, because I'm a huge fan of Nexus.
Oh, that's awesome.
And lo and behold, the guy helping him out at his booth was Mike Barron. But I looked at him like a dozen times. I'm going, I think I know this guy. But I didn't even.
Hey, you're like, this guy looks familiar. Hey, man, can you hold my drink? I want to take a picture with Steve Rude.
I've actually done that before. So, I'll tell you guys that story another time. But
by the way,
I'm looking at this one image here of the Florida man and the toilet paper and all. These are definitely characters I've seen at the flea market. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. I do want to say. I'm looking at I was looking at the tiers, and I wanted to commend you guys because, like, I thought you're doing something really smart, and that you have one tier that's a autograph pack, which I think is pretty cool, and you can tell it works because you got almost 50 claimed of it. And I really, really love the idea of a retailer bundle. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I was really insistent on that because I lived in Florida, guys. I have told you this, but it's not something we even talked about. But I lived in Florida through my college years, and I had a store. And the first buy-in on that retailer pack was Mark Gallo, who owns Past, Present, Future Comics.
Yeah,
and it's a West Palm Beach store, and there's another location not far. And back in the day, he had a Lantana store next to a movie theater. And he also had a West Palm Beach store then. And those were the stores. I actually lettered vinyl lettering on the windows at those stores. So not only was I a patronage, but I got involved in, he was a client of mine where I worked. So it was kind of neat.
That's awesome.
I hate to say it, but I was just reading this and I was looking at this image. I swear this says we're bringing back furry books, y'all.
That's just you and your fetish.
That's just me and where my mind goes. So yeah,
degenerate.
That's a funny pinup. I like that, especially like the gators in the background.
Dude, if you end up over there with PP, I'm going to disavow.
I hear you. Hey, look, there he is.
The,
Now, did you draw your own
yeah, I did.
self-portrait thing here?
I did that back in the day when we were doing Tales from Beyond the Gate.
Okay. Okay.
Then I did Mike's not too long ago, before the campaign launched.
Now, who is this?
Oh, this is one of a character that's like a third wheel kind of character.
Okay, because I was looking at this guy going, I think I've seen him at the flea market too.
Style.
It's almost like a book called Florida Man might have stereotypes of people that you see at a flea market in Florida.
I swear
It's not a stereotype if it's real.
somebody
Yeah.
could make a comic about the people at the flea market, and I don't think it would sell very well, but they could make a comic out of it.
Yeah, I fully admit, we're Floridians. We're all crazy as shit.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to.
I mean, I think I have a feeling. It almost reminds me of like a modern, like maybe it could take off in the same way, almost like a modern Civil War book did. You remember that book that came out?
Oh yeah, here in
yeah.
Jax, yeah.
Yeah, it was very popular here in Jacksonville.
Todd, did you ever see that book, the Civil War book that came out in the 90s?
No.
Oh
It
man,
was a kid, a teenager, who actually did it,
it was so good.
and it was in every store here in town, and everybody knew about it, and he made a pretty good amount of money off it. I don't know if he's doing anything in comics anymore, but
I always just naturally assumed it was a Diamond distributed nationwide book.
I don't know about that. That's an awesome image right here.
I did hit every comic book store in Florida that has a Facebook page with a message, and then put one on. Each page, like business pages, have what they call a community place. So I posted there and everything, hoping to get some of the people who patronage that store to say, "Hey, make sure you get that. I'm interested in that." So I did do a lot of that about a week ago, and we are actually going to take this to Florida.
Very cool.
There's some conventions that once the world goes back to normal and everything's cool, we plan to make sure that at least Florida knows our name.
There's a comic shop I know inside of a flea market deep inside of Florida that I think would love to have you and some new guy named Mike Barron.
Deep inside Florida, I don't know about that. It's actually more on the edges. It's close to the Georgia border, so it's kind of closer to Sanity.
Jacksonville is the deepest part of Florida.
It's about as far. It's about as far south as I'm willing to go right now.
I'm from Georgia. I've lived in Jacksonville most of my life. Not a lot of difference. We're all pretty good shit.
If you look at the L in Florida Man as the logo and the cover, Jacksonville is literally the poop chute.
It's right there. It's right there. Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right, let's look at some of these tiers. We've got a Florida Man Beach Party bundle. Very nice. So what does this include?
That's everything. That's the whole kit and caboodle. And
oh wow, okay. You get the lunchbox too. That's awesome.
Yeah, and a towel. The towel is the postcard. We did an exclusive postcard for early signups, and that was also our tryout for coloring. Was that postcard? So they turned that into a towel, and obviously that's a tier, by the way. It's $150, I believe, and we're not making any. Those items are expensive.
Oh yeah, I bet.
If we get enough people who buy in at that tier, they'll become less expensive and we'll make a little money. But they weren't priced at that tier to make any money,
right?
They were, because you don't really. I mean, we're selling a comic, but you're also selling an event, and if you can get people to buy things. And when they get it home, because they got to wait, right? We're creating a situation where your money's on hold for a while and you're waiting on something, and it's eagerness and anticipation. And if you open that box and you give them something more than what's said and paid for, then you've created an event.
Dude, that towel belongs at every tourist trap in the state.
It definitely does.
Like, no joke, that could sell.
Yeah.
Like every single one of these tourist stops.
I think I highly suggest every 6 randomly packed lunchboxes should have like a crumpled up Bud Light can or like a used condom or something.
Oh no, Natty Light, dude, Natty Light, Natty
yeah.
Light. This is Florida, Natty Light. I'm telling
Like
you.
a signed Natty Light can just crumpled up in there.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
We were trying to find a place that does these solo cups kind of cheap.
Oh yeah.
And the ones that are a little thicker and flat and not that rigid side that like these have.
Mm-hmm.
But to put Florida Man on there, and that was going to be another one of those, because there's a pinup nobody's seen yet because it's in the process of being colored.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of a Gary's down at like a stand, almost like a tiki bar that he just plopped on the beach, and he's got solo cups, and it's funny.
A set of them, a set of the solo cups with Florida Man and a ping pong ball. It's Florida Man for beer pong. No joke.
I think it'd be awesome.
That would be that'd be a nice little box set you could sell.
Oh yeah, dude,
that would do well.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
these are my people. I understand them.
if you're gonna do conventions, especially conventions in Florida, you need to plan for this ahead of time, because that's towels, ping pong sets, solo cups. Those would be great sellers.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure though that you can get them at a price where you can sit on them till you make it to a show, because shows aren't. I don't think there's any shows really happening this year at all.
Right.
Why? Yeah. What's going on?
I don't know. Well, let's.
Is there? I mean, being that we're talking about Florida, because we're talking about Florida Man, is there? I mean, come on now. Is there something in the water? What's going on?
We're just a bunch of crazy ass rednecks, dude.
We started to get back to sanity in the fact that they were opening businesses back up again, and then they took off the leash off of the crazy young people and said, now go and enjoy each other's company, but make sure you social distance and only 10 at a time. And they said, yay, 100 people at a time, let's go. It's like they missed the sentient little details of the plan, and then they go and screw everything up for everybody. I mean, they literally opened the bars back up on a Monday, and then they on Tuesday they started threatening to pull people's liquor license because people were packing into the bars, and by Wednesday they'd shut the bars down again.
All I'm saying, man, is I don't know how else you expect to make room for all those new people coming over from Cuba.
or coming down from New York, man.
That's true, yeah.
You got to make room for all of them too. All right, back to the campaign. Well, let's talk more about the campaign. We got this is probably like the main tier, which is the graphic novel itself for $25.
Right.
Very good. Now this is full color. And
by the way, you click that, you can add anything on if you want. Obviously, that's the lowest tier right now that we have. So if you were to click that, you can see that everything becomes
cool.
on. So maybe you don't want the towel, but you want the lunchbox, or you want a second copy. Really surprised by how many people have bought a second copy. It's really cool.
Lunchbox is like super
I
tempting.
like that.
That lunchbox is super tempting.
I like the lunchbox.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Now, I got a question for you. Based on the success of the book, I don't know what you guys were expecting, if you think that you blew it out of the park, or if it was what you were expecting, but based on the reaction and the support, is this something that is this going to be like a straight up one shot? Are you thinking about continuing it?
Definitely was always meant to be a continuation, because there's no end to the stories. The mining of the material, I mean, it's endless, right? Mm-hmm. So we got to put our character Gary through a lot more before we're done.
Now, the other thing I'm dying to ask is, in terms of copyright and trademark and all this stuff, is it just straight up public domain because it's a Twitter handle?
As far as that goes, yes, it has its own hashtags, memes and stuff. So it is all public domain, because it's not, there's
it doesn't really refer to a single individual, does it?
Right. No. We've got as far as the logo, we're protecting the logo and certain imagery and stuff like that.
Right.
But the name, if anyone wanted to come out with a Florida Man book, they could. So
that's awesome.
We really can't do anything about that.
That's so interesting.
But as far as what you said about what expectations, we're you know, I don't think we're done, but I gotta say we're really, this is kind of flooring that it did what it did already. Because think about it, it could be looked at as, oh my God, here's a bunch of white creators doing a book that's disparaging on a subculture of white people. It's not really that, but on the surface, it could look really weird. So it's gone way past what we expected, and I think people see through some of the things that might have happened, which is good. I'm so glad, because we're poking fun. One, we're poking fun at ourselves, right? We're we are white creators poking fun at ourselves. We have a diverse cast. And you're looking at a character in it, Patrice, who's a trans. He's a trans prostitute, and Gary is actually going to help him transition into a woman. So he's got a good heart, but he's got an itchy trigger finger, kind of.
There's your byline, everybody.
The double entendres that are coming out now this is scary. I'm just kidding. That's good. That's good.
But are we leaning into something? Yeah, we're leaning into something. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
you got to lean into the
right. There's more Florida Man websites than Tencent has.
Yeah.
Well, I think the bottom line is, if you're having fun with it and there's more stories out there to tell, if you keep having fun and enjoying what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
people who get the book are going to enjoy it. They're going to like it, and they're going to back you again. And as long as there's more stuff coming, that's fantastic.
That's the number. By the way, that's the number that means the most, is the backer number, because whatever it ends up being, we take those 600 people. We eventually meet the eagerness and anticipation with something they go, oh, awesome! I love this.
Yeah, and
glad I got it.
Can you guys hear me?
And then back. We
I can't hear Todd. Can anybody hear me?
Can you hear me? Oh, he dropped. What a loser.
We keep those numbers, and next time we come out with something, then you're expecting the word of mouth from those people who said, I backed this last time when I got it. There was a bunch of stuff in it that I didn't expect. It was a great book, just like I thought. I'm pushing it on my friends. And that's what you hope for, I mean, this is really what we're doing.
Did you guys miss me?
No,
no, not at all. We didn't even notice. I'll also say too that people nowadays forget that people get. There's a generation of comic readers out there that believe that were kind of grown up on the issue number ones being the largest issue, right? And that's kind of perpetrated by the main two, right? Like number one, everything has to be a number one issue, and they forget the actual history of comics is that the first issue wasn't necessarily the bestseller. It was the growing of the audience over time to build those issues, right? I mean, that's the story of everything. That's the story. I was even like watching the Ninja Turtle story today, and it was, number one wasn't their big hit. It was like number 8, like you have to keep going, and you have to build that audience, and you have to, like, once people see consistency and growth and that you're actually going to stick with something for more than one issue, then they're going to start putting their money in. And so I think this is brilliant, dude. I think it's great. I think you got a lot to mine from. So
the only thing
awesome.
We're seeing people grow and grow every campaign.
You know what's so funny? When I heard Florida Man and I heard that you were making this into a graphic novel, it's like, why didn't somebody think of that before? It's perfect. And it's not just something that would sell well or be reminiscent of people in Florida. There's people all over the country that have heard the expression and know the expression, the Florida Man, or the story about the Florida Man in the news and so forth. So it's got wide mass appeal. It's got a brand name already built into it because everybody knows that expression, Florida Man. You just got there's got to be a future volume where he meets, his cousin, New Jersey Man or something, because I'm sure that's out there.
I've tried to tap into. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I've tried to tap into sort of those places where that market exists, so to speak. Carl Hayes on certain comedians. Joe Rogan does a Florida Man show with a guy named Billy Corbin. There's a comedian out there from Florida, goes all over Florida. His name is Ben Brainerd. So I've really tried to tap in with my promotion to their audience by either using a retweet kind of thing where I retweet something they've done or a video they've put out or whatever it is. And, hopefully somewhere more people from Florida are seeing that.
Now, is Mike Barron an outgoing guy?
Oh, very, very nice guy. By the way,
Okay.
when I watch your show, you do a lot of what you were doing when I came in, and it's a show of sort of community and brotherhood and stuff like that. But if you want to have Mike on, that's something I can make happen. If you wanted to pick his brain a little bit,
maybe if he was a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we currently have one viewer right now, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the four of us. So
Andrew, shut up. No, I think we would love to have Mike on. He's amazing.
That would be cool. That would be very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this campaign looks awesome. I'm so glad it got funded, and honestly, we're looking forward to more stuff from you guys, especially with the Florida Man. So that's great. That's great. So is there
I'm working on a cover that'll be used for issue 2. And Mike has a novel out already, and it's called Florida Man Hogzilla. And that's why I started doing this cover, because what the publisher did was sort of just going closer on this one that you're looking at, and it reused the same cover. So we felt that was definitely like confusion. You're creating confusion. People are going to look at that and go, "Oh, I got that book," and they're just going to swipe to the left, swipe to the left, swipe to the left. So we're doing a cover for that, and it'll have a lot of elements that you'll realize, oh, there are, we're already in work on issue 2, because it's going to have some things that are intrinsic to the graphic novel. And I think what will happen is a publisher will just you use the same image, crop a little bit differently, and some of those elements will get lost, but it'll work for that, and then work also for the next graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely need to have a story in which he walks into a gas station to buy cigarettes and he's carrying an alligator.
That is, man, I'm giving away so much.
Oh, no, don't give it away. Okay, good, because that's something that happened recently.
Yeah, he's almost like if it's an AK-47 alligator, it's kind of Hey, Andrew, do you have? How about we do this before we close out?
Okay,
is watch the video.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hold on a second. I don't think I got to share screen. Do it again with audio. Yep. We're professionals. We know how to do this. All right. Let's play this. Shut up. Whoops.
Hey, man, y'all got beer still?
You've seen the stories. Now, writer Mike Barron and artist Todd Mulrooney are bringing the quintessential Florida man, Gary Duba, to life. Gary's just a regular guy living in a trailer with his girlfriend Crystal, but he's got dreams, big dreams. He just invented house suspenders that will secure any home to the ground in rough weather. And now he's going to show them off on Piranha Pool, the TV show where venture capitalists and entrepreneurs pony up if they like your pitch. But when his gal Crystal gains notoriety as an infamous amateur wrestler, she quickly advances to the pro circuit, where her greatest challenge is an angry Australian grappler. Follow Gary and Crystal on their extraordinary journey from rags to riches. To rags, to riches, to rags, to riches. All while dealing with shady lawyers, toilet snakes, wild gators, cheating hearts, feral hogs, and problem shoppers. Back Florida Man today and reserve your very own copy of the Florida Man graphic novel. We're bringing back funny books, y'all.
Great voiceover.
Yes, absolutely. Who did the voice of that?
That was the guy that our campaign manager, Chris Brawley from Bleeding Fool. That's his other real business is video editing and stuff like that. So this was the guy he had worked with, knew that voice was perfect, and we got him to lean into the whole Dukes of Hazzard kind of narration thing, and it just came out amazing.
That was absolutely awesome. That was great.
And the thing about Florida is we're unironically proud of all that shit.
Unironic.
That is true. That is true.
Cool. So go back it, everybody.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Back it. And don't wait 30 days to back it. Back it now.
That's awesome, man. I love watching people get their books funded, dude. This is great.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we certainly hope to do a little bit more before we're done. Because the more we do, the more, again, we're putting in that box. Anything that'll fit in a Gemini mailer, whether it's a bookmark or poster or whatever. I've actually done things with groups that are on Facebook. Hey, we're going to throw in something special for you. Everyone who from this group who backs will get something extra. So I've been doing because nothing runs better for promotion than a contest. I've been doing a little bit of research.
I did things with groups too. Yeah.
Yep.
Not that time.
Oh, sorry.
So we hope we get the word out there to as many people as we can. We don't want anybody to miss this, because this is, again, I fought for it to be a square bound. So this is a book you put on your shelf. This is not something you're going to be bagging and boarding. This is going to stand up on its own.
Nice.
Very good. Very good.
That's really
Todd,
cool, man.
I truly appreciate you coming in here and sharing this with us. And I'm going to clip this and make it a separate video. So share it with everybody else who missed the live stream, like 99% of the audience, but that's okay. I haven't live streamed all week. I had a family thing happen, so I didn't live stream like I normally do on Monday or Wednesday. So this is my first time back since last week. And it does not surprise me that I've lost almost every one of my viewers because I wasn't here 2 days in a row. And well, that's what happens. When you start to do a regular show at a regular time, people start to expect it, and when you fail, you lose them all. No, I'll get them all back. I'll get them all back slowly, but I'll get them all back. Stop
Thanks
laughing.
for having me.
All these guys who are coming here and laugh at me. Todd, thank you so much for joining, and everybody out there, Richard, Nighthawk Warrior, Arthur. Thank you guys so much for coming in, and join us again on Monday where we're back to our regular show. And by the way, I'm not going to be here next Friday because I'll be traveling. So in other words, I'm just screwing the pooch on everything. So
You're fine.
We'll
Everything
just
is
have a little
fine.
shit show on my channel.
that's right. We'll just do it on his channel.
And
All right.
There you go.
back Florida man. That book looks awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and I'll hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh my God, the pregnant pause.
I forgot to.
Oh my god.
What are you doing,
I'm putting.
Andrew?
Andrew?
Chat.
What are you doing?
Just throwing a link in.
Oh, God.
I'm looking for bondage fairies.
Oh no! I can't go yet. Wait a minute.
We got him. You missed it. We had him like a couple weeks ago. We got them. Andrew had never seen a twerk video before, so we got him addicted to twerk videos. So
I'm not addicted. I've just watched a lot more than I want to admit to.
And we got him to look up bondage fairies. Then the idiot accidentally screen shared.
That was fantastic.
Poo happens. All right. Links in the chat. I'll also put it in the description, and I'll also cut the video and make it a separate thing. So thank you all so much for joining.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you all again on Monday.
Awesome.
Take
Thanks
care,
so much.
Good night, everybody.